Stop chasing. Stop proving. The moment you beg for her time, you hand her the map to your heart. Listen, I'm not saying be rude or play sick games. I'm saying there's a simple truth most men miss. Obsession doesn't come from chasing. It comes from becoming the kind of man she can't stop thinking about. Period. 1. Stop chasing. Start holding your ground. Let's be honest, most men mess it up right from the start. They think chasing a woman shows interest, effort, or care. But what they don't realize is the moment you chase, you hand her the power to decide your worth. Chasing is emotional begging. It screams, I need you to see me. And women can feel that energy miles away. When a man starts chasing, he flips the dynamic upside down. She becomes the prize, and he becomes the follower. The more he tries to impress her, the less impressive he becomes. Not because effort is bad, but because effort without restraint looks desperate. A woman doesn't fall for a man who follows. She falls for a man she can't quite figure out. The one who stands still while she moves in closer, wondering why his silence feels louder than other men's compliments. Here's the truth. Desire grows in uncertainty. When you stop over-explaining, stop texting too much, stop dropping everything for her, she begins to wonder, why isn't he chasing me like everyone else? That's when curiosity kicks in. The less you overinvest, the more she starts investing. The more she invests, the more emotionally attached she becomes. And attachment is the root of obsession. So stop chasing approval. Stop filling silences with words. Let her feel your absence. Let her mind do the chasing for once. Because when she realizes your attention isn't free, it suddenly becomes precious. 2. Build unshakable confidence. Confidence isn't about walking like you own the room. It's about walking like you don't care who owns it. Most men think confidence is loud. Big words, big gestures, fake, smiles. But real confidence is quiet, it's calm. It's the man who doesn't need to announce himself because his energy already does. Women are not drawn to arrogance. They're drawn to certainty. That still quiet kind of confidence that says, I know who I am even when no one's watching. Confidence is built in silence. When you keep promises to yourself, when you work on your craft, when you stay consistent, even when nobody claps, every time you do what you said you would, your self-respect grows. And that's what confidence really is, self-trust. A confident man doesn't compete with other men for her attention. He competes with his own potential. He doesn't need validation because he already knows his value. That energy makes a woman obsessed because it feels rare. It feels like stability in a world full of chaos. You want her hooked. Stop flexing, stop performing, just be. The man who moves with quiet conviction will always be the one she remembers long after everyone else fades away. 3. The power of mystery. Here's what most men don't understand. What's fully known can't be desired. Mystery isn't manipulation. It's space. It's the art of not being entirely predictable. When you tell her everything too soon, when you give her every detail of your day, your thoughts, your emotions, you rob her of discovery. And discovery is what keeps people coming back. A mysterious man doesn't hide. He just reveals slowly. He lets curiosity build. He gives her hints, not chapters. He allows her to wonder. Because obsession doesn't grow from comfort. It grows from curiosity. She needs to think about you. She needs to guess. She needs to replay your words and analyze your silences. Mystery makes her feel like there's always more to learn, and that's what keeps her emotionally invested. So talk less, move with purpose, be kind but unreadable. Let her earn the parts of you that most people will never see. Because when she realizes not everyone gets access, she'll crave yours. 4. Set boundaries that command respect. A man without boundaries invites disrespect. Plain and simple. When you let everything slide, when you accept behavior that disrespects your time or your peace, you're teaching her that your self-respect is negotiable. Boundaries are not about control. They're about clarity. They tell people, this is what I allow and this is what I don't. And the moment you start enforcing those lines calmly, everything changes. Women don't become obsessed with men they can walk over. They become obsessed with men they have to rise up to meet. When you calmly withdraw after being disrespected, not to punish her, but to protect your peace, she feels it. Your silence says more than an argument ever could. And the irony, the man she once took for granted becomes the man she can't stop thinking about. Because respect breeds desire, and boundaries build both. 5. Emotional control is power. You want to know what really separates men who attract from men who chase. Emotional control. When a woman tests you, she's not just testing your patience. She's testing your stability. Lose your temper, panic, overreact, and she'll feel like she can control your emotions. Stay calm, composed, grounded, and she'll feel your power. Women are emotional by nature. They crave men who are steady in the storm, not cold, not robotic, but centered. When she yells, you don't yell back. You stay calm. When she withdraws, you don't beg. You give her space. When she tries to provoke you, you smile and say, "You done?" That composure drives her insane in a good way, because it signals that no matter what she does, she can't shake you. And that's where obsession begins, when she realizes you're unshakable. 6. Trigger her emotions, not her logic. You can't argue your way into a woman's heart. You can only make her feel. Emotions build attachment, not facts, not logic, not long paragraphs of explanations. She doesn't stay up thinking about what you said. She stays up replaying how you made her feel. So instead of trying to be perfect, focus on being real. Make her laugh, tease her lightly, challenge her ideas in a fun way. Create emotional contrast, the mix of calm and excitement, because obsession grows in emotional variety. When she laughs, feels curious, gets a little jealous, then feels safe again. Her emotions start to tie themselves to you. Predictable men don't make women obsessed. Men who make them feel everything do. So, stop explaining. Start feeling. 7. Keep your purpose bigger than her. The most magnetic men are those whose lives don't revolve around a woman. When you have a mission, a purpose, a goal that burns inside you, and your energy changes, you stop chasing validation because you already have direction. A man with purpose is hard to control, hard to replace, hard to forget, because he's not waiting for love to give him meaning. He already has. 1. Women respect and crave men like that. The man who's focused, busy building, busy creating something that matters. She starts wanting to fit into his life, not the other way around. When she feels like you have a purpose that's bigger than her, she feels proud to stand next to you, and that pride slowly becomes obsession. Your purpose gives you power. Don't trade it for comfort. 8. Make her work for your energy. Nothing freely given is ever truly valued. Men lose power when they make themselves too easy. They text first every time, compliment constantly, cancel their plans just to be available. But the man who makes her earn his time, that's the man she thinks about when she's alone. You don't have to be rude, just selective. Your attention should feel like sunlight, warm but not constant. If she's respectful, kind, feminine, reward it with presence. If she plays games, goes cold, or tests you unfairly, pull back. It's human nature to chase what's scarce. Give less and watch her give more. That's not arrogance, that's balance. 9. Stay unpredictable. Stay interesting. Routine kills attraction. Predictability kills desire. You can't be interesting if she always knows what's coming. Change your rhythm. Sometimes be playful, sometimes deep, sometimes text back fast, sometimes take your time. Don't become boring background noise in her life. Be the unexpected melody. When she never quite knows what version of you she'll get, her mind stays engaged, her emotions stay active. And that's the secret. Emotional engagement equals attachment. She won't obsess over comfort, she'll obsess over curiosity. Keep her guessing just a little, and she'll keep coming closer. 10. Be the man who doesn't need her, but chooses her. At the end of it all, the most powerful energy is independence. The man who doesn't need her presence, but chooses it. That's the man who keeps her obsessed. Women sense dependence instantly. If your happiness depends on her, she'll pull away. But when she sees that you're whole on your own, that's when she wants to belong. Be the man who is already fulfilled through purpose, through discipline, through peace. Love her, yes, but never at the cost of losing yourself. Because obsession isn't built on desperation. It's built on admiration. She doesn't crave men who follow. She craves men who lead quietly, confidently, with purpose. When you stop chasing her, she starts chasing your energy. And that's when she becomes truly obsessed. Let me leave you with this truth. A woman doesn't become obsessed with the man who gives her everything. She becomes obsessed with the man who gives just enough to make her wonder. The man who doesn't beg for love. He earns it by living in his purpose. The man who doesn't chase. He attracts through silence, discipline, and calm confidence. When you know your worth, you stop fighting for attention. You start walking in direction. And that shift changes everything. Remember, obsession isn't created by chasing her. It's created by becoming the man she can't stop thinking about, because she knows losing you means losing peace itself. So stay calm, stay grounded, stay focused on your mission. When you do, she won't just want you, she'll need to understand you. And that's the beginning of true obsession. This is Brainify, on where we turn psychology into power and silence into attraction. If you felt this, hit that like button, subscribe for more grounded truth, and remember, the chase ends the moment you remember who you